we now have a launching point, I think.
Yeah.
Right, for the train.
Yeah.
We can now see with certainty it's going to shoot out between the white walls on the left and that what looks to be a retaining wall on the right. Fresh baked. Worry not. Well, Ian and I have left the building, but we're not quite done yet. What we've decided to do here, we're gonna end our day with Star Wars Land and a look at the, you can't do that. No, you cannot do that. We're gonna end our day with Star Wars Land and we're gonna head across the street over to the, what's it called again?
Future Transportation Hub.
Yeah, well, what's the
Carousel Inn.
The Carousel, is that where we're going? Okay.
Yeah. Also, good news to the people who thought Pizza Press would be gone forever. They're probably just gonna move.
Oh, okay.
So the Pizza Press will still be around, just not in that spot.
All right.
I've heard they do good business. People really like it. So.
Good. That's cool. Now I heard, Ian.
Yes.
There was some debate about what was going to happen to this area.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was going to stay a bus hub, or it was going to get co-opted.
Well, the whole point of the transportation hub is to move all of this stuff.
Exactly.
Over there.
Well,
that's the whole point.
Right. Yes. I've heard unconfirmed rumor that this is in fact going to be Marvel Pixar. We still don't know which, but this is going to be Marvel Pixar.
Okay.
This is part of the expansion of the back lot. It's going to grow out this way.
And then with at least a chunk of being reserved for security for off the street people.
Yeah, probably so. Right. Because
you don't need all this space obviously for off the street security, but you need some so that people can walk in.
Right. Yeah. Some kind of street access.
Yeah.
So probably. Maybe, near,
that back corner.
Yeah, right over here.
Yeah, and then do stuff.
But this, it seems big from down here, but this is not a lot of space.
It's not a lot from above, but it's plenty of walking space. It's enough space to fit an attraction, either two smaller sized ones or one big one.
Or at least one big e-ticket.
Yeah. So you could and some food and some other stuff. You could fit stuff in this space.
You could fit a dark ride. Well, I take that back. A dark ride as we know it, because the dark rides that they're building today are a lot bigger than they used to be.
Things aren't as small. Like back in the day, Alice and Toads are literally partially stacked
on top of each other.
They're literally stacked on top of each other. Whereas now stuff like Monsters, Mermaid, and Pooh, much bigger buildings.
And then look at what they did, like with, Ariel's Undersea Adventure at Disney World. That's an enormous dark ride. Little Mermaid, even ours is big too.
The ride itself is the same size, but the queue and the structure.
No, I mean the whole footprint of the attraction is enormous. Whereas before, they were just the dark rides from Fantasyland are just boxes basically.
Yeah. Granted, they don't have as many animatronics. They're a lot more almost cardboard, not actual cardboard.
Right.
Flat
it was more like an old carnival.
Yeah.
What do they call those? Like the
boardwalk sort of ride.
The boardwalk, scare houses.
House
it's like that kind of thing. That's what we're hearing is that it's going to happen. This is going to become, an expansion specifically for Marvel or Pixar, and not just the backlot, but those, and that's what if it's Pixar, I think it has to annex or be still the backlot has to be Pixar also.
And that would allow them to keep Monsters if they did that.
I don't think Monsters survives either way.
I don't think so, but if they were, they could.
They could, yeah.
It makes no sense if the tower's on that side and Marvel's on this.
Oh guys, how are you?
Unless the tower side is more cosmic Marvel and the other side is more metropolitan Marvel.
You hear that, guys?
Yeah.
The man said, "I love you, Ian." You can feel that?
Because then the metropolitan side could fit a little
like,
better, and then the Guardians theme becomes a gateway to
Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man.
Street level kind of stuff.
And then Cosmic Guardians.
And even Doctor Strange potentially.
Doctor Strange, yeah.
It looks like that's going to be all kinds of crazy dimensions.
That's a good point, because there are sort of two arenas that the Marvel exists
there's
in.
Lots of different arenas. There's the mystical, the cosmic, the sort of global, and then the street level.
Right. Monorail. The Carousel Inn is still here. They haven't torn it down yet. Oh, look at that though. Wow. Yeah, so much for our views. Wow. Well, we could go up these stairs right here. Can we get in there? We can't get in there either.
Yeah, no,
it's closed.
Yeah, it's It's all private property that's now fenced off for demolition.
I didn't even realize the building's still here, but the hotel itself is closed.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I'm sorry, Fresh Bake. I got you all excited for a parking lot update.
I'm not sure if that was something they were especially excited for, but you know.
Sure it is. You can see the dirt from here. But okay, so the Carousel Inn is closed. So we can't do any more updates. Where can we do an update from?
For this, you would have to walk all the way
We
around.
have to go to the other end.
side.
Yeah, over to, what's that hotel there on the,
I have no.
oh God, I forgot the name of that thing. They just bring the Legacy Inn, I think it's called. We'll have to try that one of these days. But okay, so let's talk about one more thing before we go back then, because this is, the other rumor I heard was that they're talking about rerouting not just this part of the monorail track to, you know, to divert it, but also inside the park around Nemo, the little figure eight that you do in that area. They're talking about maybe demoing that.
Well, I mean, if they ever want to remove either of those two rides, you have to.
Right. So that's what. That's still up in the air. The Nemo,
the Nemo thing is a whole
Autopia,
show building, so to mess with anything, you have to close it down temporarily.
Innoventions, Nemo, and Autopia are still. They're still wishy-washy, or you know, they haven't really fully survived yet.
I mean, I still think.
But I'm hearing that if they are talking about, there is still a chance. It's not official yet that it's going to cut in at the bus stop and turn right. That it's still possible that they raise the monorail to go over the walking path.
Yeah.
That's on the table. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if they've even settled anything. I mean, I guess they still have time to figure it out. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is now closed, and they're gonna have to figure it out soon. But yeah, it's still on the table that you, and the way to, I don't even know how you do that in time though, because it's got to be, you know, what do you figure the grade? 1 or 2%?
It's got to be pretty small.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't go 5 or 10.
No.
No, right? So 1 or 2% grade.
Yeah.
2 at tops. How much time does it take you to at a 1% incline
I can't do that math in my head.
pick up 10 feet or 20 feet?
But it takes quite a bit of length.
A while.
Yeah.
Which means in order to do that, you have to start all the way at the beginning. You have to start at basically at the Tomorrowland stop.
Yeah.
When we talk about change at Disneyland, people are afraid of change. A lot of traditionalists out there.
Because some things are not easily reversed.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, do you expect your park to look the same in 100 years?
No.
No. So then now let's talk about what's possible then.
Right.
If you're going to agree to change, and get that out of your head, that someday there will be a world, a Disneyland exists without Mr. Toads in it. Okay?
It
You know what I mean?
It already exists in form.
Right, they've already done it once. That's not like they can't do it
People
again.
are not happy about it.
No?
either.
Mr. Toads, are you kidding me? I asked this question of Sarah a long time ago on a podcast, and I'll ask you the same thing. Best attraction at DCA?
At DCA?
Yeah.
At DCA, I still would have said Tower.
Yeah?
That honestly, that's
Okay.
out. So,
Above all others.
I guess we'll Racers then.
Right,
Yeah,
Radiator
Racers.
Springs Racers. Matter of fact, I think Radiator Springs Racers is one of the finest attractions anywhere.
It's certainly one of the most expensive attractions anywhere.
It is the most expensive attraction ever built.
Yeah.
I will let you take out any attraction at Disneyland. Which one do you take to put Radiator Springs Racers in there?
I mean, assuming other than space.
No, whatever you want. Is there at what level do you get rid of something at Disneyland for Radiator Springs Racers? The best attraction, arguably.
I would sacrifice Autopia first.
Okay, so that's what.
As much as I have dear memories of it, it takes up a lot of space.
Now, where does Autopia rank in your list of rides in Disneyland? Top 20, 30? I mean, like
It's fairly low.
it's low, right? Yeah. So, the way that we revere attractions in Disneyland is completely off the charts compared to, you know, the way that we revere them at DCA, except for Tower Terror apparently, because people are just nuts over that.
Admittedly, we've spent more time in Disneyland as being throughout our lives.
Of course, because there's the nostalgia factor, and I'm totally. I guess that's what I'm saying is that at some point, I think we have to allow.
Oh, nostalgia and fandom are terrible things.
Yeah.
They actually are awful.
You got to let go of some of that.
Toxicity and resistance to anything
Yes.
that you're not familiar with. Come on, I'm part of fandoms, but fandoms are terrible. Okay, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't get rid of Autopia for Radiator Springs racers. I wouldn't. There's not a single attraction in Disneyland that I would sacrifice for Radiator Springs.
Well, I mean, you said if I had to.
I know, but I'm trying to, gun to your head kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I can't. Mr. Toads, I would rather have Mr. Toads at Disneyland than Radiator Springs racers. I don't want it at Disneyland. What is wrong with me? I'm the person that Ian is talking about when he says fandom is crazy.
Fandom and nostalgia are not actually good things. They prevent you from thinking.
Well, Fresh Bake, we've come to the end of our day here. We're on top of the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Apparently, this is quite a popular place now. And every time we come up here, there's, at the end of the day, there's always a bunch of people here.
Well, I think it's in the morning. A, most people aren't at the top.
Yeah, but it's.
And B, they want to get in the park.
Yeah, that's true, huh? But popular place up here these days. Let's take a look at what's going on at Star Wars Land. I guess we'll start with the pool, Ian.
It has a white lining.
It has a white lining. We saw the black lining. You said you didn't see it last time.
I didn't until I saw a photo on somene's a blog update.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a black. They put the black liner up last time, and this week we're seeing the white liner. To me, that signifies that they are in fact going to make this a pool, because pools are white.
Of course.
And then next week we'll probably see that filled up with water. We were talking before, the little annexed area over here, that's about the same. You're saying that's just for access.
I think it's just for access. I can even see where somebody that's dug to go down.
Yeah. The only thing is that I was saying is that it looks kind of intentionally designed for something. I don't know what,
and
the way it's kind
I
of...
would also say that diggers and movers, they have rectangular things, so when they push it, it's going to create angles.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Right.
Okay, then, smarty pants. What about this thing right there?
That's just.
What's that pile of dirt, Ian?
That's where they just dumped some.
Doesn't it look like...
They didn't push it into place, they just dumped it.
Doesn't it look like somebody said, like a foreman, said, hey, Ian.
Yes. What boss?
There's some dirt over there.
Okay.
I need that dirt over here.
Any particular reason, sir?
Make me a pile, Ian.
All right, you said so.
I need a pile of dirt, and I need that pile of dirt right there.
I'm paid by the hour. It doesn't really matter. Let's go.
That's what that pile of dirt says to me. And now, I say that because I don't understand. Here's another thing. Right over here, right above this little, what is that thing? Like a light? Is that what that is?
Sure.
This white thing?
Yeah.
We have these Egyptian quasi-pyramids being constructed in dirt over here. That again, that looks like it's designed like that on purpose. Like are there some, Mayans or Aztecs nearby that are...
Yeah, I mean, you saw a Temple of the Crystals, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, right?
That's right. Oh my gosh. What if there was an Indiana
Shia LaBeouf's
Jones...
going to come in here.
What was his name? Mutt?
Yeah.
They named the next Indiana Jones
I found
Mutt.
that was like his nickname. I don't remember what his actual name was.
I don't care if that's a nickname or his name. The next Indiana Jones, they were... At the time, they were saying, here's their proposal. We're going to give you a new Indy, and his name is Mutt.
And he's Shia LaBeouf. Granted, that was before things got weirding.
That was before Shia LaBeouf became a verb.
Yeah. Before he put it back on his head and said, I am not famous. I still don't understand that.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we had some pyramid dirt over here. We saw that before, and then it went away, I think, and then now it's back again. Oh, look at that. There appears to be, they're constructing something.
On the back side?
Yeah, on the back side of the pool. On the other side of it, I see some wooden... I don't know what that... I wish we could be higher, still.
I mean, I think the pool is just going to be a forever mystery to us.
Yeah, it sure is. Now, we couldn't see this before, Ian.
Yes.
Over here on the left, do you see what the little jigsaw shapes that they've cut out or dug out in the dirt down there?
Yeah.
You might have to come over here to see that. I don't know.
I can see it from my
construction lights, what are they doing there? Is that just for sewage, maybe?
Yeah, that reminds me of when Christian was here and saw them, with the pipes to lay down.
All right.
It could be something different, but it reminds me of
that makes sense, I guess, because it's only wide enough. It's wide enough only for conduit and stuff like that. But it seemed like that. I thought they did all that already.
That's the backside where presumably a new access road would be.
Yeah. Last week we showed you the beginnings of a new building, an actual building, being installed behind Mount Spielberg. There's now a roof on that building.
Looks rather warehousey.
Yeah.
Not a.
There's just no way that that's show.
No.
If you ask me.
No.
Right?
No, it doesn't make sense.
We don't know what it is, but good heavens, that looks like a place where you keep horses or something.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. That's it's very utilitarian.
Yeah.
The design of that is not such that you'd put any kind of show in there, unless there's going to be something else that goes on top of it. You know what I mean? Like cover it.
Yeah, but then why put the angled roof in the first place?
Right. Yeah. Exactly right. Exactly right. So we're still figuring backstage. Warehouse or something like that. But the fact that it's there is interesting.
Yes, and it is.
And then now you said, yeah, look at that. Where the I-beams and the wooden filler, the area that's covering your screen right now. They have pushed a whole mess of dirt behind it. Yeah.
So it's now, which means it's now a retaining wall.
It is a retaining wall. You're right. And then just to the right of that, that's the area that we saw behind. Is that the area that we saw behind us when on Gadgets?
Yes, right back there.
So we can't really tell, but there's two walls that create a sort of canyon. Not a canyon, but a tunnel of sorts. I
think the actual tunnel is going to be where that very first concrete wall we saw when it was. Because I can see some of the wood covering where we saw what looked like the exit.
The far wall, the first far wall that we found?
Yeah, the one with the black stuff on it.
You figured that's probably our side of the tunnel, right?
Yeah. I think that's where.
Okay, I buy that.
Because that's really the only spot where it even can be.
Yeah, and that's
because we saw on the other side, it's really just narrow canyon.
And they pushed a bunch of dirt up there too.
Yeah.
To it serves as retaining as well. We've moved down a little bit so we can get a shot down to the Hungry Bear, and the first thing we notice is behind the Hungry Bear, we now have you know what I like about that retaining wall that we're seeing there. I'm going to get in there eventually. Is that it creates some definition for the train. We now have a launching point, I think.
Yeah.
Right, for the train.
Yeah.
We can now see with certainty it's going to shoot out between the white walls on the left and that what looks to be a retaining wall on the right, and the white wall and the bushes on the left. Those bushes are that's your barrier to the Hungry Bear, the upper level Hungry Bear and dining area.
This concrete wall.
Yeah. So that's what's going to come out of there. And that retaining wall is going to have some theming on it, I'm sure.
Well, the retaining wall doesn't necessarily need to because you're facing the other way. There were other times around the railroad where if you looked behind you, you'd see a wood retaining wall.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. But
that part of it might not.
We can see that it is starting to come out of there at a certain. You can kind of see the direction, and that's really the most important thing, I think, is to see that there's direction being defined there. It looks like.
Yeah, for the actual train itself.
Yeah, like we can kind of create an angle and envision, if I kind of, you can't do it with the camera, but you can kind of see it sliding out. It's going to go, what? No, it's hard to see with the camera. But I can see with my mind's eye the track fitting in nicely between those two walls. Right?
Yes.
Well, actually, kind of hugging their nearer wall. The near concrete wall there, but that's interesting. I'm enjoying that view very much right now.
And then next to the left of the Hungry Bear, it looks like they're starting to work on the.
Yes.
We'll get more work done on.
They brought the dirt up, didn't they?
The dirt and it looks like some concrete. To extend the kind of the boardwalk.
Yesterday, in the what do you call it? Pre-Star Wars land, PSW. PSW 3 or whatever you want to call that, pre-Star Wars land, that was water. The area that would have been, that can't be permanent then, I wonder, or is it? Is that the new ground level?
Some of the dirt will have to be chipped away, but some of it is going to be there. Yeah. Because they have to slope it down from the actual existing path down closer to the water level.
I'm gonna have to grab an image from our last trip over here just to see the difference between the ground level then and today, because that looks significant. That looks very significant. And by the way, Critter Country is still closed, I think, because I don't see any people.
I saw some people go by. It should be If it is open today, it's open for another like maybe hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
I see people moving back.
Do you? Okay, I didn't see before.
Yeah. So Critter Country, Maya Splash Mountain.
Oh, there they are.
Still open on weekends.
Yeah.
Though by next weekend it should be open again.
All right, so that's interesting. We've got some progress on the Hungry Bears side. I mean, this is really starting to speed up. It's funny because so much is happening now that
different areas that we can't easily see.
We can't even distinguish what is happening anymore. Like there is so much going on that we can't say, hey, they're doing that. Like we used to be able to say, hey, there's a wall, and there's a hole, and there's a pile of dirt.
Now to see some of that stuff, we have to get to other spots to get glimpses.
I know, right?
There's stuff happening.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I think that's all we can cover today. I think, Ian.
I think that's about it.
I think so. Hey, by the way, what are those green things sticking up?
Those? I mean, I'm assuming they're just markers of some
I've
kind.
never seen those before. Construction lights. What are those green? They look like floaties for the pool.
Yeah, they do like pool noodles.
Don't they? They look
they look like pool noodles.
They're noodles. Why are there noodles in Star Wars Land? Oh my gosh, that's got to be just for visual. Like, remember when Christian was saying before, they put those flags up so that the guys knew that there was a change in grade.
Yeah.
You could see the grade change. Maybe that's what it's kind of a visual aid for people moving around. But all right, so to sum up, water's next in the pool. They've already got the green noodles that you can use to help swim.
Yep.
And we know where the train's coming from. And there's more dirt back there. So fresh baked and stuff. All right, I guess that's show, right? We're wrapping, Ian.
Yeah.
This day flew by. It flew by. It's so fast. We actually got a lot of show in this week too. But I want to thank you guys for coming with us on our adventure today at Disneyland and Star Wars Land and all the other lands that we've been to, and including Escalator Land, which we're visiting now. It's one of the many wonders of the world. Guys, follow us on Twitter at Fresh Baked Disney. That's fresh with no E. We're on Instagram, Fresh Baked Disney. We're on Facebook, Fresh Baked Disney. And we're on Reddit. That's r/Fresh Baked Disney.
Very good.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
All right.
And I turned the bot off because apparently people are getting annoyed by it.
That bot sucked. If you're gonna be a bot, be a bot. Don't be a half a bot. That's all I'm saying.
Or at least I turned it off from the main channel. If you ever try posting to presents or games, they might try grabbing those.
All right.
But for now, it's turned off from the main channel.
All right. Don't forget to check out our Fresh Baked Disney World channel also, Fresh Baked Disney World. And then Sarah and I all have our personal vlogs. I'm at the Duke of Dork, and Sarah is at Lady Romy. And I just realized that we're going down to come back up again because I'm on Mickey. Oh no, you're going back in the park, aren't you?
I mean, I'm not staying too late. Tonight's a Halloween party.
Ah, right.
Even if I go to DCA, I might die.
Right.
Plus, I gotta get up tomorrow morning for
very
Doctor
scary.
Strange.
Doctor Strange, you and me tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, I guess that's it. We'll see you guys next time. Fresh Baked stuff.
Fresh Baked.
We've got lots more for you guys to see, so grab a churro and watch our Star Wars Land updates with the Knothole Gang, or maybe our Secrets in History videos. And we're now at Disney World, so please do subscribe and watch our adventures there. And don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked through our Patreon campaign and get some exclusive benefits in the process. Thank you, everyone. Fresh Baked!